Welcome to Social Media Week. It's great for us at Showcase to be here. Yes, as you probably know, we have raised $17 million in 2 rounds of equity capital, and we're up to like 47 people at Showcase, 38 of whom are coders, headed by 4 PhDs in artificial intelligence from Stanford, MIT, Oxford, and the Russian Academy of Sciences. We're pretty pleased with the platform. We don't want to let it go to our head that we've gotten such rave reviews from high-profile first-time users and first-time members, such as Dave Droga, the most award-winning person in the advertising field, and the guys like Primo Angeli in the graphic design field, and Bob Jeffrey, chairman of J. Walter Thompson. These guys have all been saying very nice and complimentary things about the good work our team has invested in our platform. We can't let that go too much to our heads. We basically have to keep concentrating in this, our 33rd day since we launched. We are also not letting it get to us that we're going faster than Pinterest or GitHub, quite a bit times faster than each of them at the same stage in their early life, because I think the worst thing that our team could do at this point would be to take for granted our future success. We've got to basically keep our heads down and keep building what we hope to be a really, really, really powerful platform. As you know, with Showcase, you can add your work, you can basically take the benefits and the features of LinkedIn and Facebook and Pinterest and YouTube all on one platform for marketing people. We are what we'll hope that the industry will come to call us a vertical social network. Wow. People are very familiar with social networks, and they're also familiar with earlier media. We think that you're about to see the verticalization of social media. We think if you look back historically, you can see that print media originally were consisting of, the print media field consisted of very broad, multi-purpose publications that had broad user bases. You could read about in Life magazine, you could read about sports figures, science figures, people from Hollywood, and historical figures. And then later on, print media verticalized. Time magazine for news, Sports Illustrated for sports, TV Guide for television, etc. And that beginning verticalization, 40, 50 years ago, has accelerated to now, if you really want to know what's going on in the stapler world, you look at Stapler Monthly and, Gourmet Magazine. Well, the same exact thing has happened in television. The big 3 networks that were initially all-purpose, general-purpose networks have basically morphed into verticalization. CNN, all news, ESPN, all sports, HBO, initially movies, MTV, music, and that initial verticalization has again accelerated so that now you have multiple sports channels, ESPN 1, 2, 3, etc., and Baseball Tonight, Monday Night Football, and you've got the cooking channel and the French cooking channel, and we see that the opportunity for verticalization that took place in the print media, and by the way, I should point out that in print media and in television media, in both cases, as the media verticalized, engagement went up for the users, revenue per viewer went up, or reader went up, and essentially the market caps of the companies, which were much more efficient, went up, and credibility within each media went up. As Gourmet Magazine's got way more credibility in cooking because it's just aimed at cooks, and the same is true with French country cooking television programs. So we see that in media, the same phenomenon that took place for print and television is about to take place with social media. Facebook is the big broad media like NBC, and the big 3, Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter, are about to watch verticalization in their substructure. We believe that the most powerful vertical is marketing. Why do I say that? Several reasons. First of all, there are, according to LinkedIn, 114 million marketing people. It's good enough for us at Shocase just to think of 100 million folks that are in marketing. You can see that print media verticalized. Initial print media were broad, multi-purpose publications where you could read about a broad range of subjects. Life magazine would have sports figures, science figures, movie stars, historic figures, all who could be interviewed, and you could read about them. That gave way to, TV Guide for TV viewers, Sports Illustrated for people who are interested in sports, and Time Magazine for news, and so on. Subsequently, there's been accelerated verticalization. There's now business news, multiple business publications, and sports has verticalized into, baseball weekly and multiple football publications, and collegiate sports publications, etc. The same exact thing happened with television. Initially, we had ABC, NBC, CVS, and those publications, or those giant media, gave way to CNN for all news, ESPN for sports, HBO for movies, MTV for music, and then subsequent verticalization as into more specific movie channels, foreign movie channels, and cooking channels and French cooking channels. If there was a French country cooking channel, my wife would buy it.
Mine too. Mine
exactly.
Too.
And my wife had no question when I said we were going to take the America's Cup channel. I'm a sailor my whole life, so she thought that's great. She knew it was going to cost us some money. But if she said to me, "Hey, we're going to pay for CVS or NBC or ABC," I'd look at her like, "What are you talking about?" And she would get the same. I'd get the same expression from her if I said we're going to pay for a general publication like that. She hates the idea that the daily newspaper, the Chronicle, San Francisco Chronicle, would be thrown at our door. Don't give it to us because it's just going to go in the garbage and we'll kill trees. But on the other hand, she gets Gourmet Magazine. She's a cook. She loves to cook. So I think you see that it's common with, as media verticalizes, one, you increase credibility, two, you increase user engagement, and three, you increase CPM, or cost per thousand advertisers willing to pay per eyeball or per viewer. Well, the same verticalization that took place in print that was mirrored in television is about to take place in social media. Social media is as different from television as television was from print. And in the case of social media, you know much more about who the viewer, reader, user is than you did in television or in magazines. And the verticalization is going to basically look kind of like this. Facebook is everybody, paper thin, and it's basically a personal experience. It's not really a professional experience. You don't really want to expect to put or get professional information exchange back and forth across it. We think LinkedIn is for all business people. We recognize it, see its authority, see it as a very beneficial tool. That does not mean that we expect them to have the credibility that Shocase has. In the case of Shocase, we're having a much smaller total addressable market. Our TAM, we consider to be 100 million. We see 114 million coming from LinkedIn. We're interested in just, we'll use the round number, 100 million marketing people. 100 million marketing people are a very important target audience from our perspective. Marketing is bigger than an industry. It's actually a sector. You know, the car industry is a big industry, the railroad industry is a big industry, the airline industry is a big industry, the shipping industry is a big industry, trucking, those are big industries. Put those together to make the transportation sector. We marketing look at those and say they all market. We're the marketing sector. People with cars, everybody markets. The guys with that camera market, the guys who sold me this jacket market. So we are going after the marketing sector because it's 100 million big, and two, because they spend $2 trillion a year, and thirdly, and perhaps most importantly, marketing is undergoing the fourth of four giant technological waves, beginning with the internet 20 years ago. Marketing is being transformed. Since the internet, transformation of marketing, which is just still basically in the early stages, one could argue that digital marketing is no greater than 18% of total marketing spend, is probably smaller than that. But after the internet, then of course you got big data, another big technological wave coming across marketing. And then we got social, another big technological wave of marketing. and lastly you got mobile. All four of those are part of what Shocase is.
Wow.
We are all four.
Wow.
We are internet, big data, social, and mobile. And when you take a look at the sort of disruption that those four technologies are causing in the marketing world, is causing people in the whole marketing world to sort of have to stop and reevaluate their own skill sets and those of their team. And it's more difficult than ever to find the right marketing person. So, you know, it occurred to me as a marketing guy from my background and as a recent three-time entrepreneur with the last 3 startups, I thought to myself, well, you know, what we ought to do is we ought to build a vertical social network for the marketing world. As you probably know, job tenure in marketing is shorter than any other profession. If you compare CMOs, they have shorter job tenure than CIOs, CFOs, CIOs, CEOs, CFOs. If you look at the average engagement length for accounting firms and law firms, they're way longer than with advertising agencies. And in fact, that engagement length of time is shortening for advertising agencies, which means each time there's a new CMO or a new advertising agency or a new assignment, new team members have to be selected. Shocase is the perfect tool for finding exactly the right marketing person in this complex and increasingly disrupted world of marketing. So we're encouraged by the early signs of success, and we're very, very happy at the acceptance of the product by the most influential people in the marketplace. But the worst thing you can do early in a race is relax. What you have to do is get ahead early and keep pulling ahead. Keep pulling away. Get ahead early and keep pulling away.